We are thank you so much for tuning in at this time. Everybody that's here, greatly appreciate it. Anybody watching this on the replay, thank you so much. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Look, a win is a win. I'll take a win no matter what. I'm never going to complain about a win. But talk about stressful. Talk about a stressful win. This was a game that looked like the Lakers were just going to run away with it. This was a game that looked like, the Lakers were going to handle business from the jump, and then just like it went left quick. But Dalton Knecht came in, saved the day. Seriously, we don't win this game if it wasn't for Dalton Knecht just getting hot. What bothers me though is that we just went completely away from him. Right, the guy hadn't missed from three. The guy's absolute lights out. Single-handedly got you back in this game, and you just move away from him. Right? And this is what I've talked about with Dalton Knecht, right? He's going to have games like this. I've talked a lot about Knecht and hey, we got to be patient. I've had criticism in certain areas, but like I always say, he's a rookie. He's going to have those good games. He's going to have those bad games. He's going to have those roller coasters. There's times where he's going to look unplayable, right? And then there's going to be nights like tonight where the dude just can't miss and he's just shooting the lights out, handling business. That's part of the rookie, journey. Right? You're going to have great games. You're going to have bad games. You're going to have the in-between games. But this was a game where we really needed somebody to step up huge, and the rookie delivered. Right? I mean, what a great sequence for him. But here's the thing, too. You saw him get in a rhythm because they started to run actions for him. That's what I keep talking about. Talked about it more on AIS, the Lakers show, than I have on this channel. But I'm going to do a video in the morning, kind of breaking it down more. But man, this is what I've talked about with Dalton Knecht. Give him opportunity. If he's just out there floating, he's not going to be very effective, right? Because he's just out there floating. And he's not this elite lockdown defensive guy. He gets after it. He tries, but he's out of position at times. He gets beat back door. I mean, you saw it even in this game a couple times. He got beat back door. He just, he's not aware yet. It's not a bad thing. It's a bad thing, but you get my point. He's a rookie. It's fine. It's going to happen, but you can offset that by Knecht being an effective contributor on the offensive side. When Dalton Knecht's just out there floating and he's not getting in any of the actions, then you might as well put Cam Reddish out there, or you might as well put somebody else out there that can give you, if you're not looking for him to deliver in any capacity on the offensive side. Now, the argument the other way is that he attracts so much attention, right? We've seen teams really just glue guys to Dalton Knecht. We've seen teams really just make sure, hey, we can't lose Knecht. So there is that advantage there where teams are worried. They don't want to help. Right? When LeBron's driving to the basket, they want to help because that's an easy kick out to a guy that can shoot the lights out. And all he needs to do is see one go in, and then that's it. It's over. So this was huge, in my opinion, for Dalton Knecht, his confidence, and to just be such a big contributor for the win. Look, Lakers should have never put themselves in the position that they put themselves in. Let's get that out the way. You were up 15 against a team that's missing 3 of their starters, right? You need to be better. You have that kind of lead. You cannot relinquish it. Obviously, teams go on runs. It happens. It's okay. But to go from up 15 to down 9, right? That's unacceptable. I want to get that out the way. I want to make that clear. I don't like to just run and jump on the refs, but there is no way you looked at this game and went, God, this was a fair game. The refs were god-awful this game. Awful, right? Just blatant calls or lack thereof. Marcus Smart was getting a whistle like he's Luka. Anytime, if somebody was even in his vicinity, I didn't know you could just throw your shoulder into somebody and then just throw the ball up and they call a foul every single time. If that's the case, then we should just be doing that every possession, right? It was crazy. Again, there's no excuse for the Lakers to relinquish the lead the way that they did and just stumble all over themselves. That, in my opinion, was inexcusable. That's inexcusable. We cannot have that happen. However, when that game got close, the rest became a factor. Lakers likely blow them out if the refs didn't get involved and get in the way. I mean, it was terrible. But again, the Lakers have to play their part. They have to do their job. But I loved what we saw. Hopefully, this lights a fire in the Lakers or not really the Lakers as a whole, but specifically JJ Redick, to get Dalton Knecht some opportunity. I've talked about it all season. I've literally made videos diving into you need to run actions for Dalton Knecht. Again, if he's just floating out there, he's not going to be as impactful. He's not going to be the impact player we need him to be. But when he's actually in the actions and he's actually in the offense and he gets to be a key contributor, right, we see what can happen. Right? Again, I'm not saying he's going to do this every game. I mean, the guy shot the lights out, but still, there is this potential. If he starts having an off night, then you change course. And I'm not saying you got to run all your offense through him. I'm not saying he has to be, you got to get him 15 attempts a game or anything like that. No, but I'm saying like in the flow of the motion, you got to get him, some real opportunity out there rather than him just kind of floating. But beyond Dalton Knecht, because he was fantastic, D'Angelo Russell was infuriating this game. He shouldn't even have played 20 minutes. I know we were like limited and then injuries kind of messed things up. Dude, his decision-making is awful. Like, this game was terrible. Seriously, he had that one fast break with him and LeBron that he just botched the layup for one, but two, it's like he panics when he gets in that position, which is really odd for a point guard. But two, Dalton Knecht hits these big shots. He gets the hot hand. He literally ties the game for us on a lob, which playmaking, and it's something I talked about in the offseason, was Dalton Knecht's playmaking ability. I really like his ability to create for others too, not only himself. Once he starts getting comfortable, I'd like to see JJ kind of let him be a little more free. But I understand right now you want to kind of keep him in closed quarters. But D'Angelo Russell takes two just ill-advised threes. I love that he made the one later on, right, that got us the lead, and then we were able to kind of, pull away from there. But, man, come on, D'Lo. You got to make better decisions than that. Right? Like, I don't mind. Like, if you're open, right, take the shot. But they were just ill-advised shots and just not good decisions. And that really is frustrating. I was just like, dude, you killed all the momentum twice. Literally twice killed all the momentum. It was infuriating. But outside of that, LeBron James, I mean, come on. This dude's 40 years old, giving you 3 straight triple-doubles, dropping 35 points, 14 assists, 12 rebounds, 1 steal. Not a big fan of the 6 turnovers, but, not really much you could say about LeBron. 4 or 7 from 3. The dude's shooting the lights out from 3-point range. I mean, the dude just – it's hard to believe he's in year 22. He's still a top 10 player in the NBA, and he's 40 years old in year 22. Like, you can't make that up. Like, that's ridiculous. Beyond that, though, Rui Hachimura had himself a solid game, 19 points. He was 6 of 7 from the floor, 3 of 4 from 3. I like that he didn't force shots this game. This is something that I've talked about with him. He also rebounded better, 7 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 steal, 1 block, only 1 turnover. 19 points was a +7. He's still a liability and slotted out of position on the defensive side of things, but he's so much better when he's moving the basketball, because more times than not, the guy gets the basketball and he never gets rid of it, right? Like, Rui touches the basketball, 9 times out of 10, he's probably taking the shot. I thought he played much better in the rhythm and flow of the game, and I really appreciated that. If he could play more to this stature, I'm not saying he has to be 6 of 7 and 3 of 4 from 3, but kind of picking and choosing when to be aggressive, attacking closeouts, not settling. If you don't have the shot, don't force it. Just kick it out and keep the ball moving, keep the ball swinging. I was very impressed with Rui Hachimura in that regard. Anthony Davis, look, he had his struggles early on, but he came alive when we needed him the most, right? We desperately needed somebody else to pick it up, and Anthony Davis did it, right? Clearly, he's bothered. Also, the refs did like no favors. I mean, he had like at least bare minimum 2 of those fouls should not have been fouled. They were either just you let it play on, or it's a double foul or something. And that's not counting how many times like Zach Edey's like hooking. Like Zach Edey fouled out like 4 times on Anthony Davis, and they just didn't call it. Like, I understand letting them play with 5 fouls and you don't want to do it, but like you got to call the blatant foul, especially if you're giving up tic-tac fouls on the other side. If you're going to let them play, then fine, let them play. But you got to let them play on both sides, right? Like, there's nothing like, hey, if the refs just swallow their whistle, then you play through it and you figure it out. But you can't be like, okay, well, we're going to, it's clean, marginal on this side. And Anthony Davis literally gets hooked and dragged down. But on the other side, Marcus Smart bulldozes into a player, which should be an offensive foul, but just throws it up and gets the whistle every time. Like, it's just a little ridiculous in my opinion. But, Anthony Davis, again, he came alive when we needed him most. Right, hit some huge shots, 2 huge threes for us, hit a huge mid-range, and just did all the things that you need from Anthony Davis. So I love to see that. And then Austin Reeves, he still struggles to shoot the basketball, but again, he came alive, hit the big shot when it mattered, right? His free throw shooting has been very rough this season. He's shooting like 70% from the foul line this year, and that's not super great. He shot 71% this game. 6 assists, 2 rebounds, 1 steal, 3 turnovers, 18 points, 5 of 14 from the field. Not really a fan of that. 3 of 11. Again, he's struggling to shoot the 3-ball. It's just he's inconsistent shooting the 3-ball. But again, he stepped up big when we needed him. Had some big shots down the stretch. So I'm not going to get on him too much. But I would like his shot selection to be a little better at times. I feel like he gets in 14 shots total. That is him settling. And one of the things that I've loved about Austin Reeves this season, even through the shot just isn't falling. But Austin Reeves, this game just settled. He did. Again, 11 shots on were 3 out of 14. That means he took isn't falling, that's fine. Guys have bad nights. But it's when your shot's not falling and you decide to take 11 of them, right? Like that, I don't like. But anyway, let's get into the chat here. Answer all your super chats, all your regular questions, all that stuff. Let's get into it. I really appreciate y'all being here. Real quick, make sure Tyler, I don't like bringing up GOAT debate, but there is simply no way people genuinely believe Jordan is better than LeBron. Anyone who thinks Jordan is better is in denial. Look, I've talked about it countless times. If you're talking about just basketball player, like who's the greatest basketball player ever, it's LeBron James. It is. He's the greatest basketball player ever. Right? Are there things that you can argue about Jordan? Sure, of course. But if you're talking about like who's the guy that you can put anyone else around and just play basketball, it's LeBron James. Let's see, 7-4, gotta love it. Hi, as it stands, would you rather have Zach LaVine or Damian Lillard? Zach LaVine all day, including Sunday. Zach LaVine's just bigger. He's giving you the same type of offensive production. He's one of the best catch and shoot 3-point shooters in the league, including this season. He's been ridiculous. And then on top of that, he's just more athletic, gives you what you need as far as explosiveness goes, and he's the better defensive player. Damian Lillard, as people talk about Zach LaVine and his contract, Damian Lillard's making like $15 million more. So no, stay as far away from Damian Lillard as possible. I did a video on Damian Lillard because I've been asked a lot about Damian Lillard, and there are some like reports that have came out about like, oh, like Lakers may be interested in Damian Lillard. It's kind of more people's thoughts. So I did a video on Damian Lillard because, why not? Let's talk about it. And I've had a lot of people, and last live stream, in the comment section, because I do read the comments and try to respond to as many as I can. I've had a lot of people ask me, like, what are my thoughts on Damian Lillard? So if you want more information, go check out that video. I did a whole video breakdown on Damian Lillard. But no, I personally, the Lakers should stay as far away from Damian Lillard as possible. Go to Miami. That's the place he wanted to go to. It's honestly probably the best fit for him. And I think that'd be great. But on the Lakers, no, I don't want the Lakers to go anywhere near Damian Lillard. Let's see. This was Lakers versus the refs. The Grizzlies paid the refs a bunch of money tonight. But we showed those losers. Again, someone tell me what the heck D'Lo and Gabe do out there. Look, I even made a community post in the middle of the game, right? Like, you got to get rid of Gabe Vincent. Like, he's giving you nothing. He's giving you cardio out there, right? I would rather play Max Christie. I did a video on AAS The Lakers Show. Max Christie has played like 20 few, or not more than that. And it's on my other phone. Darn it! He's played like 80 fewer minutes. Like, literally, it's been like 80 fewer minutes. And Max Christie, even counting this game, has more rebounds, assists, same number of steals, more blocks, rebounds. He's like tripled, and he has more points than Gabe Vincent. Why is Gabe Vincent playing? Why is he playing over Max Christie? Everyone's on Max Christie's behind. He's the 21-year-old kid who never got an opportunity till this season, and he still outplayed Gabe Vincent in every category. Literally, better 3-point percentage, better 2-point percentage, everything. And like half the minutes played. And he's bigger. He has a better defensive rating, everything. Like, there is zero argument to be playing Gabe Vincent over Max Christie. At least with Max Christie, you're getting him kind of over that roller coaster. He gives you the best upside, and hopefully he kind of figures some stuff out at some point. But if both guys are going to give you cardio, right? Like, let's say both guys are just bad. Let's say Max Christie never figures it out, right? Okay, well, at least he rebounds better, right? Play makes better. He does other things better. Give me the guy that does other things better and give me the more upside. Gabe Vincent's literally out there just giving cardio. It's absolutely pointless. DK was fantastic tonight. He's the reason for the momentum of the Lakers. But man, LeBron, he looks like he can play until he's 80. Yo, yeah, facts. I mean, look, LeBron is unbelievable. And, you know, LeBron James deserves the love. I mean, come on, the dude is otherworldly. But LeBron gets the love 99.999% of the time. I mean, come on, this is the first like hello game from Dalton Knecht. Not saying you, I'm just speaking generally. I'm just generally speaking. You know, I had to give Knecht some love. Like this, you know, LeBron, more times than not, I'm usually like, LeBron leads the Lakers, like LeBron did this or Anthony Davis did that. I was like, Dalton Knecht. Like, we do not win this game without Dalton Knecht. Dalton Knecht saved the day. D'Lo was out there just stinking up the joint. Let's see. I don't care about the Lakers anymore. Only LeBron. Let's go. You got to love it. Hey, look, a win's a win. I will take it. Whether you win by 1 or you win by 100, a win's a win. Good job, rookie. Yeah. Did D'Lo leave the team? He basically checked out this game. We started winning again when I stopped watching, so I never turned it back on. Someone fill me in what happened in the fourth quarter. I mean, it was a heavy dose of just Anthony Davis took over. He had like, 10 points, something like that in that fourth quarter. LeBron James doing LeBron James things. It was a nice all-around effort, in my opinion. Great closeout game. Yes, sir. Dalton was crazy. He was absolutely crazy. Trade D'Lo. They're going to trade him at some point. Dalton connected. Yep, he did. Facts. He absolutely connected. All Gabe does is get in his cardio workout. He literally does nothing to help us. I'm with you, 100%. Dude's just out there every day, just cardio. I want a logical argument about how MJ is better than a 6'9" monster. There's not. Look, the Jordan LeBron debate, there's always an argument either way. You can always make statements. You can always do whatever, right? Like, there's always just things. I'm talking about, like, remove accolades, remove everything. Let's just talk basketball player. Who is the great, basketball player? Who is the greatest basketball player? If we're talking one-on-one, if we're talking all that stuff, sure, Jordan. But if we're talking about like which player out of every player that has ever played the game, which player could you start your team with and fill anybody else in? Doesn't matter. LeBron James is that guy. You can't put anybody with Jordan. You just can't. MJ had or MJ came in at the perfect time. Bird and Magic were on their way out, right? Bird and Magic were saved the NBA, literally saved the NBA. And then it was like, okay, well, what happens when they leave? And then you had this kid from North Carolina that came in. And look, to his credit, he was that good. But he was like, they propped him up and, you know, Nike and all that stuff. I mean, it was media came in at the perfect time. It was just, again, he was good enough. I'm not saying like, oh, he was some scrub that they just turned into a superstar. No, but he was amplified in ways that'll never be replicated, right? And when you're the first at anything, you're always going to get kind of that nod. But yeah, anyway. The Reign argument is silly to me because the Reign argument is based on it is a team accomplishment. Jordan didn't win those rings by himself. It's not like he was playing 1-on-5 out there and won the games. No, he had the best team that was ridiculously stacked every year, right? I mean, and look at the teams like LeBron's played in the finals compared to Jordan. Like the only finals that you really look at and go like, God, like LeBron really wishes he had that back was the Dallas one. But outside of the Dallas finals, like he wasn't even favored in any of those finals. Jordan might have not even been favored in any of those finals. That's how good the Warriors were. Let's see. I'd much rather have Pippen Jr. over D'Lo. Right? Yeah, the way you play tonight, yeah. We definitely need a center. Let's see. D'Lo is a black sheep of this team. I don't see any importance of him at this point. He's just phased out at this point. He really is. He's just phased out because the style of offense in which we're running is a lot of action, a lot of ball movement. Multiple guys are initiating. You're seeing everybody, like Anthony Davis, Cam Reddish, Rui Hachimura, like everybody's initiating. Our offense isn't so reliant on one guy giving you the playmaking, right? Like you don't need Chris Paul out there. You just need somebody that can initiate and get you to your actions. If at any point you need to default to a true playmaker, you have LeBron James on the basketball court. So D'Lo becomes completely phased out. You don't need D'Angelo Russell unless he's shooting the lights out. If he's shooting the lights out, then great. But if he's not, he doesn't give you any defense. He doesn't rebound, right? He doesn't have athleticism to apply rim pressure or anything like that. If you don't need his playmaking, and if he's not shooting the lights out, he literally is giving you nothing. So that's the problem. He's just, at this point, he's phased out of the roster. They're running most of their action through Austin Reeves. Let's see. What's going on, Francisco? Good hard win, but we need a center. Agreed. D'Lo lost me $790 because he missed a layup. Wow. Oh, that hurts. Those ones hurt. Trade Gabe. Yeah, you gotta get rid of guys at some point. Bill Russell. We started AR, DK, LeBron James, Rui, AD at some point of the season. Trust me. I mean, it's very possible we may be able to. Problem is, Dalton Knecht, it's his defense is the concern. His defense, he's not, which is fine. Again, he's a rookie, right? But he just gets lost out there at times. He doesn't know, like, do I switch? Do I stay? He's getting backdoored regularly, pause, right? Like, he's not there yet, which is fine. Again, this is his 11th game of his young NBA career. I just don't think you're going to be able to start him at any point this season. I mean, if he's like regularly doing what he did today, then maybe it's a different conversation, but still kind of need that off the bench. Is there a single person in the chat that plays basketball worse than Gabe Vincent? I don't think so, Facts. Was going to turn off the game and watch Harry Potter, but I missed DK, but I would have missed DK's masterclass. Yeah. Ben Simmons, Ben Simmons at least gives you other things. Yeah, he's just non-existent. DK seems more motion shooter over a spot shooter. Great game from him. I mean, he can give you a little bit of everything, but obviously, look, he's a rhythm guy. When he starts getting into a rhythm, starts getting a flow, that's why you've seen it. You've seen it at every level, college, Summer League, preseason, now an NBA game. He needs to get in a rhythm, right? He needs to, shoot off the dribble. Once he starts seeing things going, he can catch and shoot. We've seen him do it. But once he starts getting into that rhythm, starts getting to his spots, starts feeling, his swagger starts picking up a little bit, all of a sudden you look up and he's giving you 18, right? Like that's what he does. I mean, what did he have this game? He had 19, right? I know he was just shy of a 20 piece, which is incredibly frustrating because he had like 19 going into the fourth quarter or whatever. Like get this man the basketball and let him get some shots up. Let's see. The refs were awful this game. Agreed. They were rough. Edie should have fouled out years ago. EFX. Also, is it just me? Or do the guys not like passing the ball to DK? I swear it feels that way sometimes. It's just, he's an afterthought. He's the rookie. He's the kid. They're running their 2-man action or 3-man action with Austin Reeves. Dalton Knecht is not in those actions. So Dalton Knecht's just kind of, he's just scattered out, kind of floating around. And you're just like hoping that, somebody feeds him the basketball. That's why I want, get him in some actions, right? Like he got going on that 2-man action with Reeves. And then all of a sudden, boom, that's it. And then they started actually getting him involved on the offense side and another one and another one and another one. And then next thing you know, he's DJ Khaled out there, right? Like it's beautiful. Love it. Let's see. Yeah, dude is ridiculous. LeBron scored 35, 14, 13 assists, and you say Knecht saved who? He had one good game out of one. Again, LeBron James is the superstar. Can we give the rookie some encouragement? Like, is that really the end of the way? Like, you need LeBron to have that much attention. You think LeBron is up there like, dude, what about me, man? I had a triple double. No, LeBron's over there like, get Knecht. I guarantee you walked in the locker room and handed Knecht the game ball. Like, come on. Like, give the rookie some love. Man, it's his first good game, right? Like, give the kid some love. LeBron's going to have 50 of them. LeBron gets all the attention. LeBron, every time Lakers win, guess who gets the love? LeBron, right? Are you that insecure about LeBron James that you can't give a rookie some love? Like, that's why we get bad reps for being LeBron fans, because you can't give anyone else any type of love without somebody coming in and being like, well, what about LeBron? What about him? He was fantastic. He's LeBron James, right? Can we talk about a rookie for a minute? God, it's so silly, right? LeBron gets plenty of attention. I promise you, okay? LeBron will be fine. LeBron's not worried about people giving him attention, right? Let DK get some love. These type of comments are such a bad look for LeBron fans because it looks desperate, right? Everyone knows LeBron just had a triple-double. The media, nobody was talking about Dalton Knecht. They were all talking about how LeBron just set records, right? Like, relax. It'll be okay, I promise. Like, what a silly comment. Refs were horrible. They were absolutely terrible. It's just such a bad look. I see everyone talking about, it's such a bad look. Right, it does. It makes, I see Scar. It makes LeBron fans look bad. It does. Like, let the kid get some love. It's his first good game. God. Let's see. Also, what is going on with the Knicks and Timberwolves and Mavs? I mean, look, I talked about it in the offseason. Everyone told me I was crazy, right? Everyone said Mavs got better. Timberwolves got better. The Knicks, I think, will figure some stuff out. But they've been really disappointing. But we're in the Western Conference, so that's all I really care about. Let Knicks be terrible. Knicks stink up the joint. Let them stink up the joint. But I talked about it. Mavs won on their defense. They got worse defensively, right? And yes, Klay Thompson has actually been good for them. He's actually having a good season for them. But they don't get the defense that you get. The Mavs, people forget, Mavs were awful last season, right? Like, until they got the PJ Washington and a Daniel Gafford trade, and then Derrick Jones Jr. just emerged. the Mavericks, there was genuine arguments of are they going to miss the play-in again? And then they just went on this run. And they made the trade, and they did all that stuff, and they figured it out. Like the Mavs, I'm telling you, the Mavs got worse. Everyone told me I was crazy. Everyone told me, and I was like, maybe they figure some stuff out. It's early, but I said Timberwolves, I believe, actually got worse. I said I thought Sacramento got worse, and I thought the Mavericks got worse. I don't think that they got better with their acquisitions. I don't. And so far, it's looking that way. Again, we'll see. Again, it's early. I don't want to like jump the gun, but now I don't think that they got better. I think most of the teams ended up actually getting worse. Needs to cut minutes from D'Lo and give it to Dalton. Yeah, you got to get Dalton. Yeah, but you got to get Dalton in some actions. Again, if you just you could play Dalton Knecht 40 minutes a game, but if he doesn't get to shoot, then who cares? Then he's redundant, right? Like you need to actually put him in some actions. Let's see, RG League talent. Did you see? Yeah, Levine versus the Knicks. Yeah, Levine was ridiculous. Opposing teams need to punch LeBron in the head before LeBron can get it. Facts. LeBron averaging a triple-double. Easy. Yeah. LeBron's ridiculous. Ridiculous. Let's see. I agree with you on that too. I actually think if you swap D'Lo with Levine, we beat Denver both years. I am right there with you. See, this was a good comment. I'm with you on that. But what's going on, Daniel? Appreciate you. There was so much going on. The refs were terrible. Braun had a questionable foul at the end, but most importantly, Gabe Vincent zeros across the stat sheets. Yeah, the dude's literally, he's just getting cardio. The man's just out there literally just getting cardio. It's incredibly frustrating. Levine was just, whew. Levine, we torch him. Until then, I'm going to be toxic and spreading the gospel and why he is the GOAT, only because nothing else matters right now. Let's see. So let's just not pretend. Again, coming in with the goofy comment, and it's always somebody that has calm down, goofy. It's always somebody that thinks that they're really doing something, that has zero clue. He's a rookie. Are we just gonna pretend like he's not a rookie? Relax. God, man, it's so funny. You can always see people's IQ in the comments, and it's always the person that's you don't know ball or you don't know this. It's always that person that you just look at and you just go, you really left that comment, huh? You really thought you cooked, huh? You really thought you did something, huh? Go back to sleep. Obviously, go eat a Snickers. Because clearly you're not the same when you're hungry. It's just trolling in the chat. The guy has nothing better to do. Facts. The fact that this team looks solid to start the year and we can make some moves gets me really excited. I like to see them trade D'Lo, add some more length, shooting, let LeBron run the one. Yeah, I mean, look, right now, if you're a Laker fan, there's got to be optimism. If you're a Laker fan, you gotta at least be excited about how things are shaping up here. Again, we're clearly better. We're clearly in a better place, clearly a better team, better coaching, right? But we're not a real contender, right? We're not a top 5 team in the league, nothing like that. Defensively, we're awful, right? We got to do a much better job on the defensive side of things. Got to get some legit two-way players. But I do still think that there's a lot to be excited about. I mean, in all honesty, before we could end up being 10-4 going into that Orlando game. That would be huge. Yeah, we definitely need size. At this point of the season, there is a particular player we no longer need on our team, Gabe Vincent. He's literally he's just again out there just giving you cardio. That's all he's doing. He's literally out there just to get up and down the court. Yeah, I mean DK, he's going to be a better AR. If however you feel, look, I've been critical of AR. AR is a good player. Right? Even as critical as I've been of AR, still defend AR a lot. And I don't think he's a bad player or anything. DK will be a better player. He's more athletic. He's bigger. He's a bigger, more athletic Austin Reeves. It's just Austin Reeves has the green light. right? Austin Reeves has earned the trust. He's now been in the league a couple years, right? So he gets the opportunity. He gets the basketball. He gets to do his thing. He gets to play his game, right? At some point, I hope that moves over to Dalton Knecht. I think Dalton Knecht will be a guy, and I mean, it could be as soon as next season. But in the next year or two, I would like to see us kind of move more to like Dalton Knecht getting some more opportunities. Let's see. Premium AR. Let's see. LeBron is not really FX. He's just, dude is special. Absolutely special. Seriously. Dude is otherworldly. Yeah, he should have yammed on Huff. He'll get there, don't worry. The fact that he gets up like that is impressive. Let's see. Watch how most of our bench, like Gabe and D'Lo, are out of the league next year. D'Lo won't be, because he's still a good playmaker, and in the right system, especially off the bench, teams could use D'Lo, especially now that he's shown that he's willing to buy in on the bench role. Not a lot of teams are going to want him to start, but off the bench, in that like role to just be the playmaker and just be a shooter off the bench, he'll have value. Gabe Vincent, I wouldn't be shocked if he's out the league. Teams will give him a shot. Like, look at Patrick Beverley, right? Teams will give him a shot just because he's a defensive guard, and you can always use defense at the guard position. Like, supposedly, the Milwaukee Bucks are interested in Gabe Vincent just because they need a defensive guard. So, like, there will be teams that'll give him a shot. I don't think they'll be out of the league, but they're not going to get, like, any crazy contracts or anything. Keep burning those calories. Missed threes and free throws. Yeah. It's just, again, it's better shot selection. He settled tonight. One of the things, like, I've been very critical of Austin Reeves, but one of the things that I've praised Reeves on is the fact that he hasn't been settling. He's been aggressive. He's been looking to attack closeouts, get to the basket, get to his spots, draw contact, all of that. He just didn't do that this game. He just didn't do it this game. Why is Reeves untouchable? I don't think he should be. Look, again, he's a good player, but he's not untouchable. Let's see. Dalton started that run, and the rest were horrible. Yeah, thanks. Man, Reeves is great and all, but name a more overrated player. It's because the Lakers just value him as if he's like Michael Jordan. It's ridiculous, right? Like, again, Austin Reeves is a really good role player. If he was our like fourth best player, it'd be fine, right? Like, if we had Zach LaVine right now, say you had Zach LaVine, Austin Reeves, when he's having his games that we've seen him be able to have, Lakers never lose those games. Lakers are winning every single one of them. And then when he has like an okay game, Lakers probably win most of those. And then even when he has a bad game, you at least have a chance. Problem is, he's our third best guy, and he's not there. He isn't consistent enough to be your third best guy. He's just not. You don't know what Austin Reeves you're going to get tonight, right? Like, and that's the problem. Like, a guy like a Zach LaVine, which is why I'm so high on Zach LaVine, you know what you're going to get. Even on a bad night, you know what you're going to get, right? Like, even on a bad night, you know he's going to get you at least, 17 on, 8 attempts or whatever, 9 attempts. Yeah, slow him down. I mean, they just every time he touched the basketball, they just like swarmed him, right? Like, that was their idea. That was their game plan. Let's see. Lakers got to keep their leads and stop making me about to die AFX. I'm with you. I am with you. Let's see. 3-0 since going to the point guard with 3 triple doubles. He is ridiculous. It's just on another level, man. It's crazy. He's otherworldly. Like, it. Again, I've said this before. However you feel about LeBron, whether you think he's the greatest player ever, not even top 10, whatever. However you feel about LeBron James, as a basketball fan, you have to appreciate what you're seeing. You are literally witnessing history every single night. And, like, insane history. like made up history. We might not, my kids might never see something like this in their lifetime. I mean, this guy we've never seen in 76 years now or 78 years, however long the NBA has been around, right? Like, and we've never seen this, right? Like, it's literally a lifetime. We have never seen anybody like this. This is like once in a lifetime situation. Appreciate it. Your guess is as good as mine. D'Lo and Vincent got to go. Vincent is not the same when he was on Miami yet. Today I realized Zach Edey is bigger than Eddie. Yeah, I mean, he's 7'4", like 280 or 285, something like that. Dallas Curse losing strength. It's coming around. We're getting it. LaVine would probably be the spark to the Lakers' energy if LeBron slowed down game to game, but his contract is too far. I'm not really worried about LaVine's contract. Salary cap goes up next season. On top of his salary cap going up next season, LeBron could take 20 million. I mean, he was willing to take 20 million less last year, right? Like, Lakers would be fine. Especially if you win a championship. Like, if the Lakers win a championship, is anyone going to be like, oh man, we have Zach LaVine's contract? No, everyone's going to be like, thank God we went and got Zach LaVine. I don't mind Colin Sexton and Kessler. I'm all for that. Jalen Brunson and the Bulls winning him. People talk about how he's a bad defender, and he's not. It's not true. I've talked about his defense numerous times. Every year, he's either better or around league average. Like, either at league average or like several points better. Let's see. What's up, bro? The Lakers are doing pretty good starting off. Yes. So far, so good. Got to keep it going. Lakers need a center real bad. Agreed. Also trade Christian Wood. Again, he's making a vet minimum. Obviously, if you need him for a salary match or something, or if somebody wants him, then fine, take him. But Christian Wood is worth waiting for. And it's not like you're going to trade him and get anything of value. Right? Like, so you might as well just keep him. And then best case scenario, he comes off the bench and he gives you quality production at the 4 and 5. Worst case, you just don't play him. Either way, it's fine. You need to fill out a roster anyway. Let's see. People afraid of a actual star and LaVine making 40 million, but okay. With 18 million, D'Lo, Rui, and Vandoya. Man, you're not wrong. 11 million, Gabe. Yeah, I mean, look, I've said it before. Your Gabe Vincent is literally giving you nothing. So you have to trade D'Lo, Rui, and Gabe. Is what you'd have to trade to go get Zach LaVine. Right? Gabe Vincent is literally giving you nothing. Goose eggs across the board. So you have Gabe Vincent giving you literally nothing. D'Angelo Russell on most nights giving you nothing. And Rui Hachimura, who he's been good, but he's inconsistent at times too. Remove Gabe. Gabe Vincent salary-wise has to be there. But outside of the salary-wise, Gabe Vincent is giving you nothing. So you're literally looking at it as like, okay, you're trading Zach LaVine for Rui and D'Lo. Is Zach LaVine better than Rui and D'Lo? In my opinion, yes. Because he's going to give you better consistency than both of those guys. On good nights, he's going to give you as much offensive production as both of them combined. On any given random night, he could just go off and give you 50. He gives you a need at point of attack defense, athleticism, initiating. He's rebounding like a madman, and he's been excellent as a playmaker. Little more turnovers than usual, but that's also because he's essentially the point guard out there, which isn't going to happen with the Lakers, right? So, yes, go get Zach LaVine. It's a no-brainer, in my opinion. Stakes, coming out $2 super chat. Thank you so much. I really appreciate the super chat. Lakers are starting to gel defensively. The problem is they just don't have the defensive pieces. That's where our dilemma lies, right? Like, outside of Cam Reddish, who gives you nothing offensively, you basically are reliant on, Austin Reeves to be your best defense and point of attack guy. It's not great, right? Like, this team, like I said, can this team just be serviceable defensively? Can they be like top 12 as currently constructed. If they can, that's great, because Lakers are going to be a top 5 offense, like I've talked about. I mean, they're there now. So they're going to be a top 5 offense. Question is the defense. Can the defense be good enough? I don't think that they're going to be a top 10 defense, but can you stay within range? If you can stay within range, Lakers are going to be fine. Lakers are like 11th in half court defense, but it's just total defense. They're like 20th or whatever. Like they're just not. They haven't been very good. But hopefully, as you start building reps and getting things together, I'm hoping that they kind of figure some stuff out. If Vando ever comes back and gets healthy, then that could help a ton, right? Because Vando's just kind of like a supercharged Gabe Vincent, or not Gabe Vincent, supercharged Cam Reddish. But I think you'll be all right. But again, I appreciate you, Stakes. Thank you for the super chat. You're awesome. When D'Lo ain't lob the ball back to LeBron, that's when I knew really has to get me Colin Sexton just fast foot run pressure guard. I swear will be championship to be at. Look, D'Lo's the odd man out. You got to get rid of D'Lo. I love D'Lo, but he's the odd man out. You know what? I'm not even mad at Gabe. He didn't sign himself yet. Yeah, but I am mad at Gabe because, yes, he didn't sign himself. But the reason the Lakers signed him was because he was arguably the third best player nightly on a finals run team. And I don't even think that it's really an argument. I mean, he was the third best player. DK for 6 man of the year. If he can keep it up, if he can be consistent. Max is just a 6'6" Gabe in totality. But yes, play him over Gabe. Exactly. I'd rather that. It's not glazing Max Christie. It's not like we have all these options right now. You have Gabe Vincent and you have Max Christie. I'm saying I would rather have Max Christie in the game than Gabe Vincent. He gives you better rebounding, same level of defense, if not better. He actually has a better defensive rating. He's a better Gabe Vincent that's still stinking up like Gabe Vincent, but at least there's more upside. Right? I'm not saying Christie has been great. I'm just saying, if you look at what production Gabe Vincent has given you, and you look at what production Max Christie has given you, what other options do we have? Right? Like, Max Christie has just been better. Yeah, exactly. Like, can he explain it? Perfect. Thank you. Rui played with confidence this game. Yes, I really liked how Rui played this game. He needs to play more into this. He played into the offense rather than trying to be the offense. He didn't settle. He didn't just take shots, right? He moved the ball. He had 3 assists. When was the last time he had 3 assists? Right? Like, usually when he touches the basketball, that's it. Let's see. He's been in the league for 3 months and already been in the game. Yeah. I know. Exactly. That's my point too. Like, literally, there is not a single thing that Gabe Vincent has been better at statistically than Max Christie. And Gabe Vincent's played like 100 more minutes. And yet, Max Christie has more rebounds, more assists, same number of steals, more blocks, more points scored, better 3-point percentage, better 2-point percentage. Literally, like, I did a whole video on AIS The Lakers Show breaking it down. Like, it's just, it's, I don't get it. I don't get why you're not playing. And he has the better upside, right? I'd rather have the young kid. I'd rather have the 21-year-old and see if maybe he can get over his slump. Maybe he can break out, right? He hasn't been this year. He has not been this year. Gabe Vincent has literally given you nothing. It's not a casual take. Watch the games. If anything's a casual take, it's that Gabe Vincent is better than anybody. He shouldn't even be in the league the way he's playing. One thing I realize, if Reeves has difficult defensive matchups, he's real inefficient on offense. If he doesn't play against someone that's good on offense, he literally is the third best scorer. Yeah, that's the thing. It's just because he kind of wears himself down, you know. Let's see. I'm not a Laker fan, but love seeing my man Dalton being fed by LeBron and draining all of them. Watching him all year in Knoxville, he's a baller. Yeah, 100%. You gotta love it. Like even just as a basketball fan, you gotta love it. Let's see. Someone said Gabe. Dude, Gabe is not better than anybody. Literally, there's not a. I don't. There's. You can't make an argument for any player in the league. There's G League guys. Like I would rather have Bronny right now than Gabe Vincent. Like at least Bronny would probably get you a rebound. Like he's been bad. Like he has been bad. Let's see. Yeah, Gabe. Yeah, he's dead last. Dude, the guy's shooting under 20% from 3-point range. And he take an attempt. Levine was getting easy buckets created for himself this game. Imagine when time for him to attack closeouts. Yeah, exactly. In this style of offense, he'd be ridiculous. He'd be literally unfair. Tyler, if you have to choose which center would you think would be a good fit around 80? Like centers that are available or in the NBA period? Because I mean, NBA period, you make an argument for several. But let's say the ones that are available, Walker Kessler is my favorite because he gives you that rim protection, provides that rim protection, can make plays out of the post. You can dump the ball down to him, and kind of allow Anthony Davis to operate without having to make up for the lack of defense. Right? Like the problem with Valanciunas, Vucevic, and Brook Lopez gives you the defense. He's just old and having a terrible season. But like Brook Lopez wouldn't be bad for like defense. If he can get back to being what he was like 2 years ago, but how much of it is just his age? He's 36 now, right? Like Brook Lopez, in concept, if you get that Brook Lopez that you saw, even last year, then he's probably the best. Like if you want to win now, he's probably the best. But yeah, Walker Kessler. And then in all honesty, after that, you can make a real argument for Clint Capella, just for like the offensive rebound, floor running, but kind of like an upgraded Max Christie. Best scenario for the D'Lo situation. Best scenario would be you flip him into a position of need. That'd be a center, a Bruce Brown. Can you turn him into a Cam Johnson or something like that? Obviously, you'd have to add other stuff to it, but best scenario would be to flip D'Lo into something. Best scenario, if the Lakers can keep him or have to keep him, like let's say they can't find a trade for him. Best case scenario is he continues to buy into the bench role and he gets back to being that 42% 3-point shooter off the bench. He's really having his struggles. Now, to be honest though, he had the same struggles last year. The first like 20 games, he was like 31% from 3-point range and was terrible. And then just like flipped that switch and figured it out. And then he was great the rest of the season. Like literally historically great. Like he set like NBA and Laker records. So best case scenario obviously is to trade him. But if you can't trade him, best case scenario would be him to get back to like the player he was last year. Because if he can get back to the player he was last year, then that would just do wonders for you. AR Levine, Cam, LeBron, AD soon. Yep, I'm with it. My hope is that the Lakers are just patiently, they just want to make sure Zach LaVine's healthy for 20 games. Like that's literally my only hope, or what my hope is, that they're just waiting to see, being patient and letting things develop. Especially if you can get Io in the deal, that would be huge. And you said Dalton Knecht isn't ready. I said he's not ready to start. I didn't say he isn't ready to play. He's not ready to start. I would not start Dalton Knecht. Like he still was terrible defensively. He didn't have a perfect game, but he saved us. Like we can't overreact here, right? I love Dalton Knecht. Like I I've gassed this man up the entire live stream, right? But we still have to be real here. We have to still be honest, right? Like he still got backdoored more than anybody. Pause. Right? Like the dude was just missing defensive assignments. Luke lost at times. Right? Like he's not ready to start yet. He's nowhere close to being a starter. This is the first game. Again, let him progress. I said maybe at some point he will be ready. I'm not ruling out the potential, but chances are he's probably going to have his ups and downs this season. He's going to have good games. He's going to have bad games. He's going to have in-betweens. But we can't like overreact to one game, right? Like nothing's changed. It's just you hope that Dalton Knecht continues to grow and develop and gets more consistent and continues to grow on the defensive side. But let's not overreact here. Got to still keep things in perspective. Trade LeBron for Durant, please. Emily, thank you. Yes, please take a quick second. Like, share, and subscribe. Appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, if you haven't yet, take a second, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. You people are beautiful. Thank you. Let's see. If we don't hear any updates on V or W by mid-December, I give up. Just cut your losses. Problem is, you can't cut them. Can't waive them. Like you're stuck. Like you got to just keep them and hope that they turn it around. Because Lakers aren't in a position to cut anybody. They don't have any money. So if you cut them, they still count towards your books. Just drinking liquid protein. Tyler, I've been saying for years, LeBron James is a positive defender overall throughout the course of a game. He's average, but can rev it up to elite at certain points. Aaron Wiggins, I wouldn't mind Aaron Wiggins. Let's see. If only. I wish they trade. I don't see that happening, but man, I would love Jonathan Isaac. I've loved him since he came out of Florida State. I don't see where your other comment is. I'm looking for your other comment. 5 for the He's cold. He is. Let's see. They got to trade the entire roster. I don't know about the entire roster, but they got to trade a good amount of it. Miami does need to be steady. Fact. LeBron even said Dalton saved us too. LeBron said it's just a bad look for LeBron fans, right? Like it's just like it's silly comments like that just make people look bad. It is. It's silly, right? Like let the young buck get some love. Like tell me how does that not average out to a positive defender overall? Nobody in this league is a liability to guard Jokic the way he does, but also get stops on a shot and consecutive plays. Yeah, I mean LeBron James LeBron James is still one of the best like get a stop guys if need be. Let's see. D'Lo, Gabe, Max, yeah, need to be shipped out. We are actually good if we get a center and AD plays the 4 like 2020. Problem is not Anthony Davis, it's LeBron. LeBron needs to slot in at the 4 on the defensive side of things. Yes, which I credit him for. I said I like that he showed up, but so do you think it's time to move on from Vando and Wood? Enough is enough. So Wood I would just keep just because again, he's a vet minimum guy. You're not going to get anything of value from him. If like a team wants him on an add-on, then sure. Like if like he's the difference between you getting a deal done or not, then sure, do it. But I think you're better off just waiting around and hoping that he gets healthy and then can be a productive player off the bench. Vando, I do think you got to at least consider trading him. I don't think you just trade him just to trade him. I don't think you just get rid of Vando just for fun. But if you can find the right deal, right? Which obviously you're not trading Vando just to trade him. You're looking to get another need. So if you can turn Vando into like a Bruce Brown or a Cam Johnson or something like that, then yes, I do think you do that. I do think it's something you have to at least consider. Dalton is that boy, yeah, facts. Absolute facts. To disrespect on Bronny, bro, help this team by cheering. I don't think we are as bad as people portray. We just need a better center, another solid scorer. Look, I've talked about it in the offseason. I said that I think that this team can win 52 games. I still think this team can win 52 games. Are we a bona fide contender? No. Could we win a championship? Sure, right? Like, you have a puncher's chance without a doubt, but it's not something I would bet on. It's not something that I look at and go, oh man, the Lakers are, a top 5 team in the league, because they're not. But I do think that they are good enough to at least be a playoff team. And then you get the right matchups, you could be in the conference finals again, right? You get a couple solid matchups, all of a sudden you look up and there you go, you're in it, right? Like, so, but we're like 2 high-end pieces away from winning a championship, right? Like a Zach LaVine and like a Valanciunas or something like that, right? Or we're like 3 like mid-tier guys away from winning a championship, in my opinion. Guys, coming out the $5 super chat. Thanks so much, buddy. Appreciate you. Rui needs to talk to a sports psychologist, and they need to tell him, imagine every time you play basketball, you're playing against the Grizzlies. Yeah, in fact, I talked about it earlier. I don't know if you were here, but first off, thank you so much for the super chat. Seriously, I appreciate it. But like, he played within the offense. I still think he's just slotted out of position and kind of the odd man out at times, but he played structured basketball, right? Like, I mean, look, he's not a guy that's known to pass even out of a double team, right? Like, usually he touches the basketball, he's getting a shot up. He didn't do that this game, right? He was patient. He found his shots. He hit 4 shots, right? He was very strategic, and when he took his shots, right, got to his spots at times. He had 3. Like, when was the last time Rui had 3 assists? Right, like the guy had himself a game. He's been rebounding much better this season too, which is another big thing. But point is, Rui Hachimura, when he plays within the offense, he's tough. He's tough because he is such a big matchup. He's been shooting the lights out of the 3 ball. On top of that, he's a guy that can put the ball on the deck and bully his way to the basket. Operate in the mid-range, all of it. I mean, he had a just crisp midi earlier. Was it like late third quarter or whatever? That was huge, right? So, again, when Rui plays with pace and he plays within the system, he's actually very good for this Lakers team, right? That's usually when you see these types of games from Rui. Problem is that he, at times, can kind of get lost in the sauce a little bit. He kind of goes rogue a little bit, and look, when he's hitting, like, we've seen him go rogue and he's shooting well and he just shoots the lights out. Problem is when he goes rogue and he's not shooting well, he can kind of tend to take poor shot selections. The problem is, again, he's a 4. He's a 4 that's having to play the 3, and he's adjusting to the best of his ability. I love Rui. I would love for him to be our 4 of the future. Problem is, I just don't think that that's going to happen. Like, is he going to wait around that long, for one? And 2, even after LeBron leaves, do they now move AD to the 4? Because the only reason AD isn't playing the 4 is because, LeBron. So, I don't know. I kind of still feel like he's a bit of the odd man out. But I love when he plays the way he did this game. When he plays, structured, in order, doesn't get too far out of hand, it really goes a long way. But again, I appreciate you. Thank you so much for Super Chat. Seriously. All right, I'm going to do a handful of more comments. Obviously, Super Chats I'll prioritize. But unless it's just regular comments, I'm just going to do like another row and then skate on out of here so I can go make some videos, talk about Dalton Knecht. I'm going to do a Dalton Knecht breakdown video for the morning, a couple other videos. Got some like late news and stuff. So, but let's get into it. Here we go. Let's see. Dalton is already better. I don't know about better than Reeves, but Dalton was fantastic. Look, I've been very critical of Reeves this season, but he's still a good player. He still is a guy that is there. Um, if he had Levine, it would be super exciting, especially if AD is going to keep shooting the 30. I mean, he's been good. He's like 36% from 3-point range this season, which is very impressive. But yeah, Dalton Knecht is the real deal. I'm right there with you. I really do. I think he's going to be fun. But you got to play. You got to actually call some action for him. You actually got to give him an opportunity. When he's just floating out there, he doesn't give you anything. I would go all in on Miles Turner. Look, if Indiana continues to struggle and there's any inclination that he might leave, then yeah, I would be more than happy to see Lakers go land Miles Turner. Getting Levine would help AR a lot too. Putting your best guard defender on AR might be a dumb move. Then yeah, exactly. Yeah, it make things easier. Like I said, and then now he becomes the fourth option. So now he doesn't have the pressure on him. If he has bad nights, it's not the end of the world. Yeah, dude's been booty. Let's see. Tyler Hero just had like 40 and 10. Did he really? Did you shut the lights up? Miles Turner plus Levine pick and roll with AD and Braun and Knecht and Rui on the team would be so deadly. If there was any chance that the Lakers could get Miles Turner and Zach LaVine, I mean, you and I could be out there as their fifth man, and I think the Lakers could win a championship. Let's see. Do a couple more here. Honestly, give me Hero over Reeves. Hero is money from 3. Reeves is better at everything else, though. But give me Hero. Hero, I think, would make some sense here on this roster. But honestly, I'd rather, like, for what we need, I kind of like Reeves. He's a way better shooter than Reeves has ever been. Please don't leave that out. If you're talking about Knecht, or are you talking about Hero? Because Tyler Hero is much better shooter overall. But Reeves is better at just creating and getting his own shot. Let's see. Sorry, trying to find something. Me trying to do like 2 more questions here. I mean, Alex Caruso was his favorite player, and the Lakers got rid of him. So, they said that they would trade him just only for a superstar. He's more efficient than Jordan Clarkson, though. Yeah, that's true. Cost is definitely thing. Do you think Wemby will be top 5 by the end of his career all time? He definitely has the talent. He definitely has the skill set. I mean, it's tough. Like there's moments where he looks great. He's just got such a long road ahead, right? I mean, talking top 5, will he be an all-time great? Yeah, I think it's very safe money to say he'll be an all-time great. Top 5 all-time, that is tough. All right. Again, he has the tools. We've never seen a guy like this. The dude's unbelievable. I mean, he just had a 50 piece tonight, right? So, dude is otherworldly. But it is one of those things where it's like, top. You're talking about 5 greatest players ever. That's only 5 guys that have ever done that, right? Like, it's just it's tough. I wouldn't rule it out, but I wouldn't bet on it, just because it's just such a long shot. He has so far to go. I mean, think of how many championships he has to run, the way the NBA is changing with the new CBA and all that stuff. And unless that changes, it's going to be really hard to win 5 championships, right? Like, I wouldn't be shocked if by the time, and like, Wemby could be by far the best player in the NBA for like 15 years and still might only have like 2 or 3 championships by the time he hangs it up, just because that's what the NBA is trying to do. The NBA doesn't want there to be these dynasties. the NBA doesn't want there to be a team that just win, another player wins 7. Like they want there to be diversity amongst the league as far as championships go. And so I think it's going to be tough because I don't know, like the NBA might limit him from being able to achieve that. But we'll see how it plays out. But anyway, I'm going to get on out of here. Again, if you haven't yet, please take a quick second, hit that like button for me. Just really helps the channel, really does help the videos. But also subscribe to the channel. If you're not subscribed, hit that subscribe button. Please take a quick second to do that on your way out as well. Everyone that gave me super chats, thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. Helps me out a ton. It's a content creator trying to make content, make a living. Every super chat does help. And then everyone just hanging out with me, watching the videos and all that stuff. I really do appreciate you guys. You guys are beautiful.